Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles workbook for students, lesson 230, and this is for August 18th. Now will I seek to find the peace of God. In peace I was created, and in peace do I remain. It is not given me to change myself. How merciful is God my Father, that when He created me, He gave me peace forever. Now I asked but to be what I am, and can this be denied me when it is forever so? Father, I seek the peace You gave as mine in my creation. What was given then must be here now, for my creation was apart from time, and still remains beyond all change. The peace in which Your Son was born into your mind is shining there unchanged. I am as You created me. I need but call on You to find the peace You gave. It is Your will that gave it to Your Son. Footnote 24. If God's will gave us peace, that means it is His will that we have peace. And that is why we need only call on Him to find the peace He gave. And now we will read the commentary with Alan Watson and Robert Perry. Now I will seek and find the peace of God. This goes straight to the commentary with Alan Watson. In peace I was created, and in peace do I remain. Jesus in His Course never tires of reminding us that we remain as God created us. He repeats it often because we so obviously do not believe it. We may believe that God created us in peace. How, indeed, could we believe otherwise? Would a God of love had created us in pain and agony and turmoil and confusion and conflict and strife? So the first sentence isn't really a problem to us. We can accept that God created us in peace. The problem arises in our minds with the second sentence, in peace do I remain. Quite simply, we don't believe it. In fact, we are firmly convinced that we know otherwise. Perhaps this morning I am distraught by something that happened yesterday, or worried about what may happen today or next week. I can look back on a lifetime that in my experience has had very little, if any, peace. Some days it seems as though life is conspiring against me to rob me of peace. It seems as though in most of my busy days I rarely have a moment of peace. So how can I accept this statement? In peace do I remain. It seems incredible to us, unbelievable, when the Course insists that since God created me in peace, I must still be in peace. God's creation of me took place, the lesson says, apart from time and still remains beyond all change. It tells me it is not given me to change myself. My experience of life in this world tells me otherwise. The question is, which one will I believe, God's voice or my experience? One of them must be false. And it is earth-shattering, mind-blowing even to consider that my entire experience of this world has been a lie, a mistake, and a hallucination. Yet, what is the alternative? Shall I believe instead that God is a liar? Shall I believe that His creation was flawed and capable of corruption? Shall I believe that He willed for me, what He willed for me was overcome by my own independent will? Yet this is what I must be believing if I insist that I am not at peace in this very moment. If God is not a liar and His creation is not flawed, then what must be true is that my own mind has deceived me and has manufactured an entire lifetime of false experience. If I am willing to listen, this is not as far-fetched as it sounds at first. In fact, if I simply watch my mind, I can catch it in the act of doing that very thing. I can watch and observe how I see what I expect to see. I can notice how different people perceive the same events quite differently. I can remember times when I was quite sure I understood things clearly, only to have the whole situation turned on its head by some new fact that I have been unaware of. I need only watch the sun rise, move across the sky, and set to realize that my perception is faulty. It is not the sun that moves, it is me as the earth turns. When night comes and the sun is gone in my perception, the sun shines on. It is my world that has turned its face from the light. What if my apparent lack of peace does not mean what I think it means? What if the peace of God has never left me but shines on while I have turned my face from it? In the holy instant I can find that this is the truth. Simply by turning my mind away from its mad belief in unrest, I can discover the peace of God shining in me now. Now, if you please would like to close your eyes and we can join together in meditation. Lesson 230. Now will I seek to find the peace of God. In peace I was created, and in peace do I remain. It is not given me to change myself. How merciful is God my Father that when He created me, He gave me peace forever. Now I ask but to be what I am, and can this be denied me when it is forever so? Father, I seek the peace you gave me as mine in my creation. What was given then must be here now, for my creation was apart from time and still remains beyond all change. The peace in which your Son was born into your mind is shining there unchanged. I am as you created me. I need but call on you to find the peace you gave. It is your will that gave it to your Son. Thank you for joining me in that meditation. And now we are joining in the last section, last sentences of the What is Forgiveness, section 1 of part 2 of the workbook. Now must you share his function and forgive whom he has saved, whose sinlessness he sees, and whom he honors as the Son of God. And we can go ahead and read the commentary on this by Alan Watson. There is another part to forgiveness, since the Holy Spirit has already forgiven me. Carrying out his only function, I now must share his function and forgive whom he has saved. Consider what we have said about the way the Holy Spirit interacts with us, how we can come to him with our darkest thoughts and find them absorbed and dissipated in his love. The utter lack of judgment, his gentleness with us, his acceptance of us, his knowledge of our sinlessness, his honoring us as the Son of God, unchanged by our foolish thoughts of sin. Now we are to share his function in relation to the world. Now we are to be his representatives, his manifestation in the lives of those around us. To them we offer this same gentle kindness, this same conviction of the inner holiness of each one we deal with, this same quiet disregard for thoughts of self-condemnation in everyone we see or speak to or think about. It is the privilege of the forgiven to forgive. What we reflect to the world is what we believe in for ourselves. When we judge, condemn, and lay guilt on those around us, we are reflecting the way we believe God is towards us. When we experience the sweet forgiveness in the loving presence of the Holy Spirit, we reflect that same thing to the world. Let me then enter into his holy presence, allowing him to look upon me, to find him quietly doing nothing but simply looking and waiting and judging me not. Let me hear him tell me of his confidence in my ultimate success. And then let me turn and share this blessing with the world, giving what I have received. Only as I share it will I know for sure that it is mine. Thank you so much for joining with me in this lesson, in the conclusion of the What is Forgiveness section in part 2 of the workbook. Now I will seek and find the peace of God. Thank you. I love you.